All right, you guys, yep, we maybe want to put your artwork on a board. So that's the first topic I want to get into. Send us your artwork. You can either send it to me on Instagram, or you can go to the About section in the, channel main page. What is it? Like the channel homepage. There's an About section, and then it says for business inquiries. So if you've got art you want me to see, send it there. I've had intentions of making art for a while, but I don't really have the time, space, and resources, and to be honest, like the artistic chops to really do it. I often do try and mess around a little bit, but yeah, guys, we do have a new board for you, and this one has my own scabbed together artwork. So this should give you a little hint as to maybe what wood shop it is. It's actually a Simpsons reference, but Catarl. But I got too lazy to finish the rest of them. I was gonna do like tab, pig up, and where's the any key? So I didn't get around to all that, but yeah, let's get into this. So this is a board from a Canadian wood shop. Now we only have about 20 of these. So we actually got like 24 of them. 3 of them ended up being 8 3/8, but the other 20 that we have are all 8-inch boards. And it's like so hard to get boards right now that what these ones are, why it's a dipped gray board, is because basically it's like a graphic mess up. And then instead of, just like having a bunch of boards they don't know what to do with, they spray them gray and then they send an email out and sell them. So we picked up 20 of these because I've been wanting to know what the 8-inch control decks feel like. Oh, I just said what wood shop it's from, if you didn't already figure it out. But anyways, yeah, I'm loving the shape. The concave looks really nice. The shape looks really nice. Let's check out these dimensions. So it is 31 5/8 long, maybe 31 13/16, but yeah, so just under 31 3/4. Has a 14-inch wheelbase. Let's double check to see how bang on it is. Yep, bang on 14-inch wheelbase. So that's nice because that's what I've been skating tons of, is 14-inch wheelbase. The dimensions are bang on 8 over the back trucks and bang on 8 over the front trucks. It's got a nice sort of semi-blunt kick, like a perfect popsicle shape, and the tail maybe tapers the sliniest bit. The tail tapers the tiniest bit back there, but not too much. So I actually love the shape of this. The nose length is just under 7 inches, so like 6 15/16, nice big nose. And the tail is just under 6 5/8. So really nice dimensions here. And just for funsies, I'm gonna put my INDYS Stage 7s on it with these Spitfire 49mm classics. But these are actually probably more like 47 now. And yeah, I don't know. I'm always wanting to try and ride these Stage 7s and just sort of see how they feel, see how they grind some more, but I never have an excuse to set them up. So I wanted to let you guys know what this board is like, because we do have them in stock. So you can check out canadaskateshop.com if you're interested in these. But wait till the end of the video, because I'm gonna tell you what these are like. Because anybody who knows anything about wood shops does know that not everyone is a fan of what comes out of this wood shop. They have a very unique feel, and if you're like a total BBS princess, then you might have a hard time with this. However, if you like a sturdy feeling, kind of slightly thicker deck, you might love this. Or if you're more like, sort of in the beginner range and you don't really notice or care, then again, you might love this. The specs are at least darn good. So I'm gonna set this up. We'll do some flat ground today and see how it feels. Yeah, no stained plies, so sorry about that. Right, guys, here's one of my madnesses. So I like to ride the Silverados, which by the way we have in stock, and I always put one here where my foot goes for kick flips, and the other one diagonally across. And that's my madness that I have to have on my setup. Although it doesn't take long until all the Silverados just look silver. And the ones we have in stock are 1 inch. So these old INDYS Stage 7s actually have slightly thinner base plates. So if you're riding regular standard base plates, it's going to be, you know, pretty good. It won't stick up too much at all. That's the 1 inch. And the reason it sticks up that much is because the control decks are slightly thicker, like I mentioned, and you can see it in your hardware. So we also have 7/8 hardware available. I don't recommend getting the 7/8 for this unless you have forged plates. Even then, it's probably not going to work. Guys, I had to come back to the super crusty ledge because even though I love skating it on those ventures, I want to skate it on like some 25-year-old indies like I used to. You know, I know some of you guys are already being like, Ben, I thought you said you weren't going to change your gear. And I haven't. That was just a quick little cheat to get some content. I'm still faithfully on the P-Rod board. Like I said, I'm going to axle these trucks. And this deck is getting pretty worn in. You know, I'm going through like 4 or 5 plies on this board. It's starting to get shorter, you know, when your tail gets square from riding it a whole bunch. Anyways, yeah, front truck, you know, got a couple of good grooves on there. Got a nice Kilchina crunchy ledge groove, or the quarter pipe. Got a nice groove going there from that. So yeah, I'm working on them. And they are starting to feel a little bit better as they get more worn in. Like the grind is getting a bit less hard. But I gotta tell you, like, those old indies ground so much better. Like, indies grind better than ventures, hands down, and old indies grind better than current indies. So that was a fun session. I do love those old trucks. One of these days I'm actually going to put those on as my daily rider, but I'm not sure when that day will be. Okay, we have other business to attend to, but first, here's just a little bit more skating from this week. Okay, next, let's get to the next draw. First though, let's talk about that Nollie half cab flip. Yes, that's what I call them. I don't care if you think it's wrong. It's a Nollie half cab flip. You know, in Brazil, they have totally different names for all sorts of tricks, so I can call it whatever I want, as long as you know what I mean. Anyways, getting into it, yeah, I love that Nollie half cab flip, because that's like the first one that I remember seeing that was like so folded. So guys, that's when the trick like kind of endos a little bit, like has a little bit of dolphin flip going on. It was done so well that as a young skater, I didn't actually know what trick it was. Like it took me a while to realize that that was just a Nollie half cab flip. But I also want to say, here's a runner-up. So I think this one is amazingly folded and done by my very own brother, Ted. So yeah, as you can see, that one is like popped huge. It's crazy endoed, but it's not the first one I saw, so it wasn't my inspiration for them. But I gotta say, that is also one of my favorite ones of all time. So props to Ted. And we also can't talk about that Ronnie Bertino Nollie half cab flip without talking about the world's worst switch crooked grind after it. Like, I kind of wonder what the reasoning was. It was like, I think they were just like, man, but that trick over the grate was just so good and it won't make sense unless we put that switch crook in there. But it was like almost a switch willy, right? Like it was just so bad. But yeah, that's skateboarding from 1994. Ronnie Bertino is, I think, a super underrated skater. Like, let's look at some of the other tricks that he did in this part. You know, like the switch hard flip way before. Like, I almost wasn't sure it was a switch hard flip back then, just because people weren't really doing a lot of hard flips and switch hard flips. Like the Nollie back heel down that 7 or 8 stair, whatever it is, like so clean and just out of nowhere. And then of course, to top it all off, the ender, the switch back lip. Like nobody was doing that stuff back then. And that was not a low handrail. It was like steep and kind of short. So like he had to clear out, you know, to get the height to do that. And it was like a quick slide, but man, that was gnarly. Like that took a lot of guts to do that, especially back then. And nobody did a switchback lip down a handrail for a long time after that too. So huge credit to Ronnie Bertino. He was one of the early guys. Another trick I love is like some of his stuff in the contests and demos, this backside heel he does on flat. Like I loved that back heel, just the way he's going like so fast and he just bangs it off so easy, no tic-tac, nothing. Like Ronnie Bertino had a style that a lot of us were trying to emulate back then. And he was definitely an inspiration for me in that video. Okay, but first let's go check out the truck selection to see what's left, because Fernando, our last winner, took the Indy mids, the brand new Indy mids. So let's go see what's left. There's the empty space where the Indy mids were. All right, but what do we have? We got those Venture 5.0s. We also have Venture Low 5.2s. We still have the Venture High 5.2s in the back, 5.6 hollows, worn in Indy mids, and I am putting up these 139 standards. And just to be a nice guy and show you that I mean it, we will even put my Indy 149s on the market. But the Thunder 149s and those wicked Indy 144s, I'm keeping those. So that's what's up for grabs. Let's watch this shelf shrink. Okay, so you're ready to make your truck choice, should you be the winner? But yeah, let's see, what is this next question? So what is my favorite 360 flip of all time? So if you did the homework, you might be able to guess this one. It's not the gnarliest one in the world. It's not down the biggest gap. It might not even be down a gap, but it is my favorite 360 flip of all time. So the lucky winner gets to pick themselves a set of trucks off there. We've already shipped to Poland and Mexico, so where next? All right, anyways, I'm excited to tell you guys what my favorite 360 flip was next week, but let's get back to those decks, the gray 8-inch full dip ones. So if you're interested in the boards, there are some things you need to know. So what you really need to know about these decks is that, like I said, they feel a tiny bit thicker. So I found that my timing was a little bit off until the ply starts to wear down a little bit. And that's my experience from riding decks from that wood shop in the past, is like, As it wears down a little bit, I actually get more used to it. My timing gets a bit better on it. But the other thing is there's not a lot of concave across the nose. So boards like this tend to feel flat. So what I mean is, like, on a board, most boards these days have a fair bit of concave, like dish, in the actual nose right there. So if it has a lot of dish, then when you step on it and it flexes, the board doesn't feel flat or soggy. But on a board that doesn't have much concave across the nose, it has only one place to go when you step on it and flex. So it's gonna make it almost feel as though it's convex. So if you don't skate those boards with flat foot positioning, or I mean flat board positioning, so we're gonna talk about flat boards here. On a flat board, instead of popping off the end of the nose or tail, you bring your foot a little closer to the truck and you pop off more around there. If you pop like that, they're gonna feel great. If you pop off the very end, it's gonna have a little bit of a soggy feel that's gonna mess with your timing, because like I said, when the kick is flat, it has only one place to go, and that's down, so it makes it feel slightly convex, to repeat myself. So that's what you need to know about those boards. But otherwise, I do actually think that they're good, sturdy boards. Like, as you could see, I had a great session on it. I'm pretty sure that when I'm done with this P-Rod deck, that's probably the deck I'm gonna put on next. So let's be clear, I'm not selling you guys something that I wouldn't ride either. Anyways, hopefully you guys got something out of this video. There's a lot of stuff to cover, especially now that we're doing these giveaways every video. Anyways, I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. If you're interested in the boards, that's canadaskateshop.com. Pretty easy to find. We got some descriptions up there to help jog your memory of what they're like. And we also have a whole lot of boards coming for spring, summer. So I can't wait for that, but they're not here yet. You know what? Things are slow. Anyways, I'm gonna go. I gotta edit this video and hopefully get some skating in myself today. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, it's pretty bright out there, and you know, yeah, gotta finish this. And the longer I talk, the more I have to edit. So see you guys.